for confidential funds. Yan yung trabaho namin. Kasi nakikita namin na kailangan namin siya sa trabaho namin and merong purpose ang confidential funds according to sa batas and sa Joint Circular 2015-01. So, ang pag-approve ng gamit ng confidential funds or pagbibigay ng confidential funds, yan yung laging inuulit-ulit namin. We leave it up to the discretion and decision of the Congress, both of the Senate and the House of Representatives, kung ibibigay nila. We can only propose based on what we know, based on our work.
Trabaho lang, walang drama. Akala ko ba, VP Sara, the OVP can live without confidential funds? Bakit parang pinapawisan na yata kayo dyan? Budget hearing pa lang. Lahat naman ng ahensya naglalabas ng proposed budget. Hindi kayo special. If you're so confident about those confidential funds, then defend them publicly. Napakababa na yata ng standards ng OVP. Gagawin mo lang ang trabaho mo amusing na agad. Kung meron mang amusing, yan ay yung halos kalahating oras na turo-turo, pag-iwas sa tanong, paikot-ikot na sagot at pagbabaluktot ng sitwasyon. Ginawa nilang perya ang basic na proseso ng pagbusisi ng pera ng bayan. Hindi ko kailangang mag-wish na na-access ng opisina niya ng illegal ang confidential funds. Dalawang former Senate President na ang nagsabi, Senator Drilon at Senator Pimentel, na yung paglipat ng pondo mula OP to OVP ay illegal at unconstitutional. At higit sa usapin ng batas, huwag ilihis sa tunay na issue. Si Vice President Duterte lang bilang VP at Secretary ng Department of Education ang may confidential funds na mas malaki pa sa combined confidential funds ng BNB at NICA. Bakit ba kailangan niya ng napakalaking pondo na walang audit o disclosure sa publiko? Given the significant responsibility of government officials, I expect a shred of competence when it comes to fiscal matters, like any Filipino taxpayer. Kaysa sa mga personal na atake at pag-iwas sa tanong, mas maganda sigurong kung linawin na lang ni VP Sara ang pondo ng opisina niya para sa isang national budget na mas transparent, mas epektibo at mas tutugon sa pangangailangan ng ating mga kababayan.
I have no respect for them. Hindi naman kami ever nagsabi na special ang Office of the Vice President. We respected the process doon sa budget hearing ng House of Representatives and ng Senate. The discretion, the decision whether to grant confidential funds is really up to Congress.
Hindi ko kailangan na ang respect mo, VP Sara. Ang hinihingi ko sa iyo at ng taong bayan ay accountability. Kaya i-account nyo na lang kung para saan ang hinihingi nyong confidential funds. Kung hindi mo kayang irespeto ang mga katrabaho mo, irespeto mo man lang sana ang paggasta ng pera ng bayan. Higit 1 linggo na simula nang nag-hearing tungkol sa confidential funds, pero mas marami ka pang patutsada kaysa sa paliwanag.
Sino po yung subjects? Ano yung intentions at capabilities ng mga subjects?
If the question is the subjects on who are the sources, we cannot divulge who are the sources.
Hindi po sources, Madam VP, pero yung mga taong o grupong ginagatheran nyo ng opisina nyo ng intelligence.
The confidential funds is used for the safe, secure, and successful implementations of the projects, programs, and activities and engagements of the Office of the Vice President.
Sino po yung subjects? Ano yung intentions at capabilities ng mga subjects? At paano tinetrete ng mga subjects na to yung mga operasyon ng OVP?
This is for the successful, safe, secure, and successful implementation of the projects, programs, and activities and engagements of the Office of the Vice Presidents. If the question is the subjects on who are the sources, we cannot divulge who are the sources of intel information. We can just say that these are the stakeholders in the areas where there are engagements of the Office of the Vice President.
Hindi po sources, Madam VP, pero yung mga taong o grupong ginagatheran nyo ng opisina nyo ng intelligence.
Yes, those that are perceived to be threats in the successful, safe, and secure implementation of the PPAs.
Salamat, Madam VP. Mr. Chair, I'll need to follow up.
I'll give you my 5 minutes.
Oh, salamat, Mr. Chair. Salamat, Madam VP, Mr. Chair. I'll need to pursue that in greater detail than is being made available right now. Doon na lang po sa plenary. Madam VP, paano po ire-recruit ng OVP at ite-train yung mga intelligence operatives at agents na kakailanganin ng office para i-gather yung impormasyon para sa intelligence collection plan? Hanggang saang extent magre-rely ang OVP sa HUMINT at sa CGINT para sa information collection requirements ng office?
Again, with your permission,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
just want to acknowledge Senator Jingoy Estrada, also Committee Vice Chair, as well as Senator Bato de la Rosa, also Committee Vice Chair. Good morning, Your Honors. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Chair, Your Honor, the Vice Presidential Security and Protection Group coordinate with the Philippine National Police and the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Unfortunately, however, the commander of the VP SPG is not present here this morning.
Salamat kayo, Madam VP. So, dun sa sagot na ang VP SPG coordinates with the PNP and AFP, ibig po bang sabihin ang OVP ang magre-recruit and train na mga operatives at ahente, or yung PNP at AFP ang magte-train sa mga operatives at ahente ng OVP?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, unfortunately, I cannot answer the question. The commander of the VP SPG, we failed to include him in the list of the resource persons this morning.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Maybe we can, if you can put your questions in writing, we could submit it to the Office of the Vice President, and maybe, if possible, if they, because some of these matters are quite sensitive, so you can give them in executive session, or you can give them in a sealed envelope in writing. That's at your pleasure, Madam Vice President. Yeah.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, we can easily do that. We can ask them to submit to the Secretariat of this committee.
Salamat kayo, Madam VP, and salamat, Mr. Chair. I look forward to that information to be submitted in writing to the committee through the chair. And I'm glad na marinig tungkol sa coordination sa PNP at AFP dahil sila yung dalawa sa primary na halimbawa na may expertise sa Intel at may mandate sa Intel at gumaganap ng ganyang mga mandates in coordination with civilian agencies, including the OVP. And I look forward also, Mr. Chair, dun sa mga sagot tungkol sa HUMINT at CGINT na gagamitin either ng OVP or OVP in coordination with PNP and AFP. At Madam VP, paano i-collate ng OVP, isa-store, ika-catalog, isa-search through yung intelligence na kukolektahin? At anong IT infrastructure ang kakailanganin ng office nyo para sa purpose na ito?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, these are confidential matters which we cannot divulge in open session. Thank you.
So if possible, Madam VP, Mr. Chair, maisubmit din in writing to the committee through the chair?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, yes. Thank you.
Salamat kayo. And then, paano po ini-intend ng OVP na i-process tapos i-analyze yung impormasyon na kukolektahin para mag-produce ng actionable intelligence? Kakailangan nyo bang i-outsource yung parteng ito ng intelligence cycle o magde-develop ba ang office ng capability in-house?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, we can ask the VP-SPG to include that in their report. The VP-SPG are composed of personnel from the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police, and some of them are trained in intelligence gathering and are part of intel units from the PNP and AFP. There are no civilian members in the VP-SPG. Thank you.
With your
Thank you.
permission, I
Yes,
just
Mr.
want to acknowledge Senator Chis Escudero, the chair of the Senate Committee on Higher Education. Thank you. Morning, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Madam VP, paano po i-adjust ng OVP yung operations ninyo bilang resulta ng intelligence na makokolekta, ma-analyze at saka ma-disseminate?
We adjust according to the recommendations and the assessment of the VP-SPG with regard to their appreciation of the intel information.
Salamat, Madam VP. And yung parte nga pong yun na nag-a-adjust ang VP-SPG, or rather, nag-a-adjust ang buong opisina dun sa rekomendasyon ng VP-SPG, I presume bunga na rin ang coordination nila dun sa PNP at AFP. Again, isang konkretong halimbawa na yung primary mandates para sa intelligence cycle, yung buong intelligence cycle, ay nakalodge dun sa intelligence agencies, including in the armed services ng ating gobyerno. At yung OVP, kahit through the VP-SPG, ay pumapasok dun sa endpoint nung cycle na yon, paggamit ng intelligence. Dun nga sa sinabi ninyo na pag-adjust ayon sa recommendations ng VP-SPG. Just returning again to one of my original points since last year, na iwan natin ang intelligence sa experts dun sa intelligence agencies ng gobyerno in the same way na yung mga civilian agencies ng gobyerno, whether OVP itself or kahit DepEd, ay kumbaga shop nila yung kanilang mandates at yung kanilang expertise. Huling tanong na lang po, Madam VP, Mr. Chair, yung activities na binanggit ng VP kanina, hindi po ba part na rin ng regular law enforcement work na yung mga law enforcement agencies natin ay ginagawa na rin?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, we have different mandates from the other government agencies. So our intelligence, our confidential funds are used according to Joint Circular 2015-01. And whatever we gather from our confidential funds and surveillance, we share it with mainly the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police, as well as they share as well intelligence information that they gather, which are not included in our database. Thank you.
Thank you kaayo, Madam VP. I'm glad to hear na nag-share or mag-share ang OVP ng information na nakolekta ninyo sa AFP at PNP. Again, because it makes the point na sila talaga yung primary na may mandato talaga, not any other civilian agency. Sila talaga ang kasama sa may mandato sa intel work.